What's up, everyone? Welcome to Unmasked, where things are discovered, uncovered, brought to the light, and made known. I'm your host, Lamar Barrett, coming live to you from PG County, Maryland. If you're interested in finding out about the untold stories behind being a college basketball coach, this is the show for you. Being a former assistant men's college basketball coach for 16 years, there are so many untold stories behind the scenes in the life of a college basketball coach. Now, let's unmask them. Today's guest is a longtime assistant coach, a future head coach in this business. I truly believe that. He's a native of the DMV. That's the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Ahmad Dorsett. Now, Ahmad is a guy who had a terrific career over at George Mason. Graduated in 2000. Had a chance to finish his career playing for Coach Larry Nager over at George Mason. And then he went on to play professional for over a year and a half. And then at the same time, when he was home, had a chance to be an assistant coach, in high school before heading to Longwood College at the time before they changed over. Longwood College for the 03-04 season with one of his former assistant coaches that was at George Mason with him. It was the head coach. And then he went back to the high school ranks for 4 years at Freedom High School, where he did a very good, outstanding job at Freedom before coming back into the college ranks, going to Mount Olive down in North Carolina first, heading to Bowie State with Darrell Brooks in the 09-10 season, and then going to Division I, Mount St. Mary's for a year, and then spending 7 years at High Point University. Scott Cherry, who also was a former assistant. I don't think you ended up playing for him, but I know he was an assistant at George Mason with Coach Larry Nager. And then presently he's at North Carolina A&T, where he spent the last couple of seasons, getting ready to go into year 3. I just wanted to say welcome to the show, Ahmad.
Thank you for having me.
Well, look, man, we're going to get right to it, man. We'll get unmasked. This is what we're here for. You get into the business. Like I said, played at George Mason. Coach Larry Nager, one of the best coaches in the business. So, but now you get to the college side. Had a chance to work with Mike, which was your first Division I job. There's no handbook, man, to being a college coach. Tell me about that first day, first week, first month, after things are done with human resources, after orientation is over, especially when no one gives you direction. Because everybody assumes you know what you're doing. I mean, It's almost like, you're a car salesman, sell cars, or just get it done. They say, figure it out. You're on your own. Tell me what that was like, man.
Man, you're walking into the woods with no lights. It's dark, and it's nothing but mosquitoes. There's nothing but mosquitoes, and you're getting bit everywhere. There's no repellent on your skin, and there's nothing you can do because the people that bring you down there, they're busy. So you're throwing in the fire. You're throwing in the fire, man, and there's no handbook, like you said. The best example I can give you. So you're going through orientation, and you're sitting there for hours, man. You're starting at 9 o'clock. You get an hour for lunch, and next thing you know, it's 3:30, 4 o'clock. You're like, oh, my God, you're filling out paperwork left and right, and you're being, hey, you got this for retirement. Now you're sitting with, TIA Craft, and then you're sitting with the bank, and you're sitting with, this person and that person. You got to talk about the motor pool. Then you talk about the credit cards. And this was the one. This is the one that got me. American Express. All right. You see, I got the mask right there. I got my mask on in the corner behind me. I'm about to unmask this right here. The American Express. They had the blue card and the green card. So I'm young. My first year in the business, right? I'm excited. I'm gung-ho. I'm like, oh, now when you're young and you're watching TV, you see American Express. Like, when you see American Express, that means you made it. Yeah. As a kid, you see that you don't see a lot of brothers with American Express cards. So when you got American Express, you made it. But they don't tell you when you use it, that's your credit. They don't tell you when you charge it that you got to get reimbursed and pay it. They don't tell you that the bill's gonna come in your name, and when it's time to get reimbursed, the money hasn't been deposited into your account yet. So now the payment is late. You know, they don't tell you that the blue card is for hotels and gas, and then the green card is for meals, and you know, it's just, you better make sure you read the fine print. So it's interesting.
Very interesting. That's what people don't understand. I said that, especially you were young. So, like, you don't, and I had this discussion with another early guest, like, they're asking you to go on the road in the month of July. You, like, if, like, TJ Sorensen was talking about it. Luckily, he played for 3 years. He has some money set aside. He goes on the road. They're asking you to spend $9,000, $10,000 in the month of July for recruiting, because you knew back then it was 10 days on, 5 days off, 10 days on. So you 20 days in the month of July, you just spend all your money. And like, you look at it, you got to pay your rent. You got to pay your rent. You got to eat, car note. And it's like, but I'm waiting on this reimbursement. And they don't tell you it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks before you get your reimbursement. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you 100%.
They don't tell you about, hey, you got to bring back the receipts. You got to make sure you tape it on the paper. You got to make sure you write, you know, what it was for, you know, how long you were gone for, why you were out. They don't tell you that in the beginning. You know, I'm renting cars. You know, I don't know if I got to stay under $50, $75 in a rental car. There was a BMW on the lot. I didn't know I couldn't get that.
I feel you, man. I feel you. So listen, then we talk about that. We're talking about recruiting. We all know that that's the lifeline, man, of college athletics, man. You got good players, good people. A lot of times you can be successful. So, you know, talk about some of your best and worst recruiting stories, like through the years. You might have, you know, you might talk about recruiting. You might talk about a player. You can use a name, not use a name, whatever you want to do. But talk about that.
I tell you what. I don't know if per se I have a worse recruiting story. I think I have maybe a challenging recruiting stories. I think that recruiting in itself is kind of what we do as, you know, African Americans. I think we have a knack for it. I think it becomes somewhat of a natural instinct because of who we are, and if you play the game of basketball and how you can relate to you know, our race. But the challenging piece is recruiting kids who have so many people in their ear. You know, so if I'm recruiting, for example, let's say if I'm recruiting, you know, Michael Jordan Jr., and he has Eric Smith as the workout guy. He's playing with the top AAU program. He has Jeff Jones as his strength and conditioning coach. Everybody has a workout guy. Everybody has a strength and conditioning coach. Everybody has a top AAU coach now. So now that's the battle that we're dealing with now. Those are the challenges. So now, you know, in recruiting, we're trying to touch everybody in every kid's circle. It's difficult. It's more difficult. Whereas back in the day, it was, hey, I'm coming to the high school coach. I'm coming to the AAU coach. I'm coming to the parents and the kid. That was it. That's all we had to do. Now I'm coming to AAU coach, high school coach, mom, dad. Hopefully they live together. If not, I'm coming to mom. I'm coming to stepdad. I'm coming to dad. I'm coming to stepmom. I'm coming to grandma. I'm coming to the sister. I'm coming to the cousins. You got to go down the street to the middle school coach. I mean, it's unreal. It really is. It's unreal. And then, you know, next thing, you know, you got a guy who's, hey, yeah, you know, my son plays with him. So he's over my house all the time. And he's asking me about where should he go? They're hanging out. So I'm probably going to have some say-so of his top 10 schools. And also, my son works him out. My oldest son works him out. I have a basketball hoop in my backyard that has a barn. okay? And we have a shooting machine, okay? And we have a website. We have a website now. I'm going to send you the link. And on top of that, my son's going to put his top 10, and it's going to be graphics and everything. So when you see his top 10 come out, my son's the one who put that together. So those are the challenges now. Those are the challenges. That's what we're dealing with, you know? And it's the kids are walking through fire, you know, and then you got the schools appearing behind them, and it's all glamour and glitter now. You know, it's unreal. Those are the challenges, you know, but the success stories are when you do get a kid after spending time with them, minus all of that stuff, is, and I was talking to an agent last night, one of our players, Ron Jackson, who graduated from A&T this past year, had an offer from a big-time team in BDL in Germany, and he was kind of on the fence of, you know, do I say yes to the contract? Great amount, big-time league, rookie year, can't really beat it. Yes, you want to go to the league, but that's a good deal. You know, Javonte Green from Radford went there. Now he's at Boston Celtics. You know, Coach John Brown at High Point, he couldn't get into that league. Now he's in a better league, and he's making over six figures. You know what I'm saying? So talked to him last night. Hey, it's a great move. You got to do it. John Brown, I get an invitation in the mail, invited to his wedding. Those are the rewards, man. You know, Alan Chaney, you know, he's now coaching on the women's side. Got him involved after basketball, coaching at Mount Olive. You know what I mean? So with Joey Higginbotham, who I worked with, you know, those are the success stories and the blessings that I receive for bringing these guys into business and coaching these guys and seeing them grow. And man, it's exciting.
Awesome, man. No, you're right. Now we talk about this. We know that this job is very demanding. It's our passion. We love it. We've been around it. We always say it's not a job. No, it's a job. At the end of the day, it is, because no one puts in 355 days a year, 360 days a year, 12, 15-hour days plus, because it could be more. You never know what you're going to get with a kid. You get a call at any time in the morning. So you're dealing with your livelihood. You scouting everything. But, like, what did you have to give up or sacrifice achieving your current level of success?
You know what? I tell you, the biggest thing was when I first got in this business, you know, I took a pay cut. You know, I was a teacher, and I was an assistant at high school level, and I was making a pretty good amount of money. And when I took a pay cut to go to Longwood, I left my family. So I went to Farmville, Virginia by myself. You know, so, and if you know anything about Farmville, Virginia, hey, bro, there's nothing out there.
Well, let me say this before you even continue. I was there for the first 2 years of my college career. So you can keep going on that one.
So, and I'm going to tell you this. I don't cook. I was eating out every day. It was tough surviving out there for me. I didn't know anyone, you know, so it was boring. It was boring. So just imagine you're going to a different place and you're alone. You know, you're young. Your family is in Woodbridge, Virginia, and you're taking on an entire new job that you got to learn the ingredients of. So you're spending your nights and days either on the court, on the phone, traveling, trying to figure out and learn the ways. So that was the most difficult thing, getting to where I am now. But once you figured it out and things started rolling, then it became easier.
Good stuff. Scout reports, because we all know that they are huge. And when I say that, and you can always tell, like, whose scout it is, because you can see the person up and down in the seat. You know, he's yelling and screaming. Not saying that you're not invested when it's not your scout, but when it's your scout, you know how much time you put into it. You know, you've watched, 6, 7, 8 games. You've you put the game plan together. You've kind of gotten actions calls. You talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the players, all of that stuff. And then, like, you go out and the kids just don't perform. And then Or like now you got a scout report, you got everybody nailed, the first 7 or 8 guys, or a player might have been struggling 3 for his last 30 from 3. He goes out and makes 4 threes. So coach looking at you saying, I thought he couldn't shoot. No, coach, I didn't say that. I said he's struggling shooting. But talk about your best and worst scout reports you think you've had over the years.
You know, I think the worst scouting report I would have to say will probably be like non-conference games. Like it probably had to be against Wake Forest because it was done very well and we focused on the guys we needed to focus on and we actually was in the game. And then you just had that one particular player who just had a better game than he should have had. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, listen, we're going to focus on, listen, Childress can't get in the paint 10 times in this game, all right? We can't let Childress get in the paint 10 times, all right? If at halftime, let's count. If he's only got in the paint 4 times, we're good. We're good, all right? If he hasn't scored off the ball screen 4 times, we're good, all right? And we did a great job, all right? We did a great job. So now we got to make sure in the second half we cannot let him get in the paint no more than 5 times, okay? We're good. But then all of a sudden, when you focus on that so much, next thing you know, someone is knocked down a 3, even though he's only taken 5 threes in the last 7 to 8 games. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing the scout, you're statting that every time Wake Forest was successful is because Childress got in the paint and he had about 8 or 9 assists because he drove to the paint, drew and helped, kicked it out, they banged the 3. You know, so if we kept him out the paint, then he's not drawing attention to kick out the 3. You know, so we wanted the offense to start somewhere else without him. You know, so I think that was probably one of the biggest scouts that stick to me the most because we were really in that game. And it's across town, you know, so. And then, hold on. And that was when I'm at A&T. It also sticks to me, too, when we was at High Point because they came to play us at High Point one year. Man, and we ended up losing by 3, and it happened on a baseline out-of-bounds play.
Sin. That's a sin.
On a baseline out-of-bounds play, man. And then when you go over, it hurt because we went over the play in shoot-around. We went over the exact same play in shoot-around. You know what I'm saying? So that's where – and then you're looking at each other and talking about, like, I mean, I couldn't even get mad. My face was just like, and I'm looking at him like,
yeah. I feel you, man. I feel you. What's the biggest challenge, man, you think you've experienced since you've been a college coach?
I think the biggest challenge I think is just kind of moving up. I think moving up. I think the challenge of becoming a head coach for African Americans are really difficult. I think that's really difficult. I don't think we get a lot of credit. I don't think we get the credit we deserve. And I think it's sad that it's taken now for people to start to realize that, you know, it's taking these current events for people to take notice when the body of work that's been done has been done in years past. You know, I think that's the battle. That's the difficulty that we're facing right now. But it's also a blessing now because people are starting to work together and starting to unite and trying to help one another. Like you see, a lot of the young men now are thinking HBCU may not be a bad look. And, you know, I saw something the other day that Boogie Cousins said, you know, I wish I had opportunity to, you know, explore HBCU. But you can say that now, you know, but I think that's a battle. You know, a lot of kids are saying that now. Are you going to say that in a year and a half? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's you got all these young studs saying HBCU this, HBCU that. Now, are you using that as a platform because you want to get more likes on your Twitter page, or are you really serious about it? That's the question I have. That's what I really want to know. That's what I really want to know. Are you saying, or are you going to go to the league? Because at the end of the day, think about it. If you're really that good, and you're that dude, I'm top 100, I'm in the top 5 as a junior or a senior, and North Carolina A&T calls your phone and offer you a scholarship, says, I want you to come be my point guard or be my shooting guard or be my center, and you're the number 1 player in high school, and Coach K calls you the same day, you're going to say, Coach K, I'm sorry, I'm going to North Carolina A&T?
Kind of hard to do that, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what,
keep it real.
No, and that's just what it is. I don't think people understand. You know why? And I say this all the time, and I'll move on after this, is it's hard to tell your friends that I'm going to North Carolina A&T and not do. Because the rest of your friends looking at you like, you going to where? But that's what it is. It's like your peers are the ones who like can convince you, like, you know, like not to make that decision. That's the bottom line.
Can't say no to status quo.
So true. So true. Do you ever find that there are things about you that people might misunderstand? Like, because like I said, I think you got a chance to be a head coach in this business, like, but like, do you say, man, people might misunderstand you, or, you know, just you? Do they misunderstand you?
Well, people may think that I'm sarcastic or by the way I talk, or I'm trying to be not trying to be funny or be an a-hole or anything like that. It's just I try to be honest. But the way I say things, sometimes they can take it the wrong way. But I don't mean no harm by it. You know, my kids think the same thing. You know, so it's not. That's just how I am. You know, I'm a Gemini. There is 2 me's. I will say that there is 2 me's, but I mean it with the utmost love and respect. I'm a really nice guy. But I'm serious. I'm not being sarcastic. But the way I just said that, you would think I was being sarcastic. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And I respect that, because I mean I know you, so I know you're not that type of guy. I've been around you, so I know you.
And I'll tell. So here, I'll give you an example. So we'll be in a game. We're in a game. We're in a heated battle, and one of the players is frustrated. He's frustrated. You know, missed 3 shots in a row. He's pouting and stuff. He comes out the game. Sit down. I told him, come here. Sit down real quick. Sit next to me. Yo, what's wrong with you? Man, I can't make a shot. I'm like, yo, is your girl? You having a kid? Yeah, you pregnant? He's laughing stuff. God, coach, come on, man. Stop playing. So no, I'm dead serious. Like, I wasn't joking. I'm asking you, like, is there something wrong? You know what I mean? He thought I was kidding. I'm being serious right now. Like, dude, you're out here pouting like there's something wrong with you right now. So I'm like, is your girl pregnant? Like, I want to know. Because in practice yesterday, you was acting the same way. Now in the game, you're acting the same way right now. So, like, is there something wrong? He's like, nah. So I'm like, yo, my man, we're up 20. We're up 20. You missed a couple shots. You good. You know what I'm saying? But the thing was, he thought I was joking with him because of what I said. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to get him to think different right now. Like, yo, there's nothing wrong with the world. Everything is fine. We're up 20. We're winning the game. You missed a couple of shots. Just get back in the game and make the next one.
There you go. What do you try to teach your players besides basketball? Because we're all in this business, educate and teach. What do you try to teach those guys?
To be men. Be men. Own up. Own up. You know, I think Coach Jones does a great job, man. You know, he's we don't wait. We don't wait. You know, here's a task. Get it done. If you can't get it done, we're moving. You know, figure it out. Figure it out. Battle through your mistakes. Learn from it. We're moving. You know, he made a great point the other day. You know, we had one of our players that was injured and didn't figure out, like, I need to go see the trainer. There's a medic. Get fixed, and we're moving on. The medic's moving with us. If you don't get fixed, we're moving. The medic's coming. You know, so, like, you're going to be men. You got to be ready when you leave here. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to help you and get prepared for life when you leave out of here. You know, so that's the biggest thing, man. I want our guys to understand there's life outside of basketball. And this is a prime example. Basketball stopped. It stopped. There was no sports in America once March hit. The end of March hit, everything stopped. Basketball, soccer, you name it. Volleyball, whatever you want to call it, it all stopped for everybody. So just understand, whether you're injured or there's a plague, whatever, it could all stop. So what are you going to fall back on? Pros, professionally, it stopped. It stopped. So guys got to understand, like, there's more than sports. So we got to prepare them. You know, academics is important now. Now they understand. This was a great lesson for them. Now they understand that I have to shape up in the classroom, and I got to shape up in my major. I got to shape up in my life and understand that I got to have things in order, because at any given day, this can stop. And I got to make sure I got everything lined up for me to be successful when I get married and I have kids and I have an account. I got a savings account to take care of who I got to take care of when this is all said and done.
Awesome, right? That's awesome. What are your best and worst memories in coaching?
Worst memories in coaching, losing by 50 points. That's the worst memory in coaching, man. Losing by 50 points. I don't even want to tell you who was against. I'm not even going to tell you, but losing by 50. That's all I know. Losing by 50. And losing in the semifinals by a buzzer beater at half court. Oh, when we were supposed to win that year. That hurt. That hurt, because we had the best team in the league that year. That hurt. Those are two worst moments. Best moments for me is winning 4 regular season championships in a row when I was at High Point. I think it's very difficult to do. We were in talks of some big time company with Gonzaga. You know, not who else was it? Kansas. Like, we were in talks with those type of schools. 4 regular season championships in a row. That's big time. It's hard to do. But those are probably my fondest moments as a college coach that I remember. But it was fun. It was fun.
It's awesome right there. Yeah, you're right. That's not a feat that's not something that gets done all the time. Stressful. What's the most stressful situation you think you've faced since you've been in coaching?
Probably, man, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know. I don't know that answer. I try not to put myself in a position to get stressed. I've always kind of thought of myself as a organized person, a good person. I'm good with time management, so I don't really stress myself out much. I'm just I'm a laid back kind of person. So if it don't work, it don't work. I've just been that type of guy. If I recruit a kid, if I don't get him, I don't get him. I just go get another one. The stress out thing for me. Bus rides, I guess.
I love the energy, man. I love the energy. I love it. Strangest thing, and I like this because this is a little different. What's the strangest thing a player has done outside of the basketball court?
Sheesh, the strangest thing. The strangest thing. I'll probably have to say, how about the okay, I don't want to say stupid, but the most bizarre, I can recall a couple of players thought it was smart to get in the car and drive around campus and shoot BB guns at people. They thought that was fun. They thought that it would be fun to get in the car and just ride around like they the A-team and shoot BB guns at people walking around campus. How about that one? That right there is crazy.
That's a little crazy. That's definitely a little crazy.
Crazy.
And I say this because, I said it before. You've been at a few institutions. You get a chance to get your own program. So you've seen it. What would be your expectation? It doesn't matter where you are. I mean, I know you're not going to take any job, but you want to take the right job that lines up with your values. Like, what would your expectations be from, administration on down?
Well, high level. I think everything needs to be done at a high level. Just being at so many places, I think I've seen it done the wrong way. I've seen it done the right way. I've seen it done so many different ways. I think I know how I would want it done. I think I've been placed in certain roles to be able to help to put some ideas in place to where my thoughts can help us enhance things. To where if I had a program, this is what I would do, but I think as far as when I get that opportunity, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. I know the path and route I want to go. I know who I want to hire. I know what I want to run offensively. I know what I want to run defensively. I know what type of players I want. I know what type of staff I want. I know what type of strength coach I want. I know what I want to. I know what I want in the strength program. And it changes. It changes constantly. I've learned stuff from Coach Jones already. He's implemented some things that I like. That I didn't see last year because he wasn't in that seat. Now, when he got in that seat, there's some things he implemented from being with Cliff Warren that I like. There's some things he implemented from being with Smokey that I like. So he was on the phone with Calipari yesterday, and he shared some words, and I was like, man, I never thought about it like that, and that stuck with me. So it's all about getting that opportunity now.
I agree with you 100%. It's about the opportunity. This will throw you for a loop a little bit, and maybe it pops right off. But what movie or TV show title best describes your week?
Best describes my week. movie or TV show title? Sheesh. Describes my week. Man. I probably have to say that's tough. Movie?
I'm gonna let you think about it. We're gonna keep going, and I'm gonna let you think about it and come back to it at the end. What's your favorite word or phrase you like to use?
Probably can't be serious. Can't be serious.
I like that. I see that. Can't be serious. I like that. I definitely like that. Can't be serious. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
The best piece of advice I've ever been given is probably, you know what? I don't know who told it to me. I can't remember, but I've said it when I was coaching in high school. There was a day where I was playing golf with one of my brothers, Alan Johnson. We were out playing golf, and my dad called me, and he said, "What you doing, man?" I said, "Nah, man, me and Alan out here playing golf." He was like, "Man, you ain't working today?" I said, "Nah, Dad, I took off work, man. I said, "Man, you always playing golf during the week." I said, "Dad, you know what?" I said, "All I know was this. People dying at the age of 25, 35, 45, 55, retired and dying." I said, "This is when the guy from Apple had passed away. He was at the beach, passed away on his BlackBerry." I said, "All I know is people ain't even get to spend their money." I said, "So I'm living like I'm retired right now." My dad started laughing. He said, "Man, you know what? You got the right idea." He said, "I wish I had thought about that." He said, "You're right. People passing away. They ain't get a chance to spend their money, all the money they saved. Might as well live like you retired right now." Hey, gamble right now. Look what's going on, COVID.
You're right.
Tomorrow ain't promised.
You're right.
Tomorrow.
So I like that though. I know I need to use that myself. What does success mean to you?
Success means to me, you have the opportunity to wake up every day, man, and do what you love, with no distractions, no mistakes, man. There's no mistakes if you can get up every day and do what you love. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you accomplish your task you set forward to do, then there's no mistakes. That's success. You know, that's success. You know, there's no level to it. There's no level to it. It's your own choice. It's your own choice. It's your own goals.
So true, man. I believe that's facts right there. Where's your happy place? I mean, you sound, because I can hear it on you. Like, so there's, like you said, I lose a recruit. Okay, I lose one, I get another one. But like, is it that you lose a game? Okay, do you have that happy place, like when stuff just don't go right, like you can just go to and like things just make it all better?
And I got two of them. I got two happy places, man. When I come home, man, I got my family, and on that golf course. That's it.
I knew the golf course was coming. I knew that was coming.
That's it. That's my two places. Those are my two places, man. That's it. I'm good. I don't need nothing else.
Love it, man. If I know you're not a self-promoter, you never have been, as long as I've been knowing you. If you had to choose 3 adjectives to describe yourself, which would you choose?
Just humble, fun, passionate.
Like those. Love them. That's 3 good ones. What person and or event has had the most influence on your life?
Will Robinson. Will Robinson, man. He if it wasn't for him, I don't know what I'd be doing right now, honestly. You know, being a young man growing up, coming from middle school to high school, I was a different kid. You know, I can tell you, like, you know how most kids went to sleep on their desk. I would roll up my triple fat goose and go to sleep on the floor. That was the difference between most kids and myself. I remember one time I was on the floor sleeping in algebra class, and I look up, Coach Rob was jabbing me in my rib. Man, if you don't get up off the floor, you know what I'm saying? That was, you can do that back then. You know what I mean? Coach Rob was jagging me up. You know, I remember one time I was skipping an accounting exam. I skipped my accounting exam, my final exam. And his assistant coach, Mike Wilson at the time, was like one of my closest guys, always picked me up, take me to the gym and stuff like that. And he pays me. Yeah, I'm sleeping. I mean, I wasn't going to the exam. I wasn't going to pass anyway. But being a coach and, you know, doing what coaches do, making sure I was going to be fine, Coach Wilson texts me. I'm calling him back. What's up, Coach? It's Coach Rob on the phone. I'm like, dang, Coach Wilson done set me up. Coach Rob's like, if you don't get your up here right now, I'm there. Boom. He popped me up. Boy, if you don't take that daggone exam right, I'm in there. I'm taking this. I don't know what I'm doing in the class, but you know, I got it done. You know, but it was him kicking me in my butt that got me on the right path. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being sought out early as a student athlete and being recruited, and then get to the point to where I wasn't being recruited because I was going to be ineligible because of the SATs, and then finally becoming eligible. When I got my SATs in, I got them like 3 o'clock in the morning. I called Coach Rob 3 o'clock in the morning, tell him I was a qualifier. He was half asleep. I got to school next morning. Miss Rob was like, did you call us at like 3 in the morning talking about you made it, you qualified? I said, yeah. She said, I told Will, he thought he was dreaming. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, but that's probably one of the biggest things in my life, you know, Miss Rob and Coach Rob, those guys, having a coach like that. And that's what I kind of, you know, emulated myself in high school to be after, you know what I'm saying, just to, as a high school coach. Breon too, you know, Breon has done the same thing as a high school coach. We've all done that, you know, to help these young men, because we've been there, we've been in their shoes, you know. So that's the blessing we've taken from him to instill in these kids today.
Awesome, man. Who's a better golfer? You or him? Who's a better golfer?
Listen. I'm not even going to entertain that question, man. Coach Rob is my guy now. Coach Rob is my guy. Tennis. Now Coach Rob can play some tennis, but golf.
Well, his wife is a tennis player. Let's get that one right.
She's on a different level right now. She's like on some pro type stuff.
Correct.
I might be her agent when she goes on a senior tour. For real. Thinking about that. I need to talk to her about
it. Before I ask this last question, we'll go back to it. You think of a movie or movie yet?
The movie that best describes my week, I'm probably gonna have to say, how about a TV show? I'm gonna say Martin.
There you go. I'll take Martin.
I'm gonna say Martin because Martin got two personalities.
I'll take it. That's a good answer.
He's two people.
That's a good answer. We'll take that one. Now, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your young self, you know, to prepare for as an assistant coach?
I would say ask more questions from the veteran coaches. I would say what I would ask them, who did you talk to and what questions did you ask the people before you to prepare you? you know, because I kind of stepped into it blindfolded. You know, I didn't have a brother to talk to on recruiting. You know, I kind of figured that out on my own. You know, I didn't have anybody to talk to about scouting and preparing for scouts. What do you look for? You know, what schemes are you looking for? You know, so I would say talk to someone, ask questions to help prepare myself when I get to that point.
Great answer, man. And I forgot, we actually started the same year. You was going to Longwood, and I was going to Central Connecticut. So that was just interesting. You start 03-04 season was the first year I went as well. Well, look, man, I want to thank you again, man, for being a guest on the show and being unmasked. Is there anything you want to say to the people before we go?
Hey, man, be safe. Be safe. Wear your mask. Be patient. You know, that's what I got to say. Don't rush into anything right now. That's where everybody's in this together. Everybody's in this together, man. And at this point in time, you know, it's serious. It's serious, you know. But, man, Lamar, man, I love what you're doing, man. I appreciate you having me on here. And, man, stay blessed. Stay safe out there.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. And thanks for those kind words at the end and the words for individuals who watching, man. So I want to thank you viewers for watching another great show. Stay tuned for the next guest as we get them unmasked. See you next time and stay safe.